What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventure 1994 here, and today is Friday, October 15th, 2021. And we are 3 days before my second anniversary of me returning from Disney in October 2019. But the reason why I want to come out here is this question. Would I mind being in Disney during a hurricane? And here's the answer to my question. I wouldn't really mind because it's really safe in Disney. It's like one of the safest places to be if Florida had a hurricane of any sort. Really, it is. And there would have been minor damage. It wouldn't be a lot like other cities would. It'd be minor. Yeah, it would have been really safe, and they have generators in the resort to power everything because of power failures that happen. But the downside is that I would not want to be there during one is if it's because all the parks would have been closed, Disney Springs would have been closed, the 2 water parks would be closed. There wouldn't be much to do. I mean, if you're in a resort where the doors are outside, that'd be a bigger problem because you have to stay in the whole time. Unless if the door is inside the building, you could at least go into the lobby, but that's pretty much it. I mean, they do have like these character events to keep people occupied and entertained during the storm, but you just can't go outside because of all the heavy rain and winds that are happening. But they say that Disney is the safest place to be during a hurricane that's in Florida. It really is. I mean, also in Florida, it is required by law that buildings are made to be hurricane proof. Even with the worst ones like Hurricane Irma or Michael or Matthew or Dorian, you name it. They had a lot of bad storms. But it is required by law that all these buildings must be proof like that. If Disney does what they can to keep everyone safe as possible, no matter what the situation is. I was watching Bright Sun Films videos and he checked into Contemporary Resort during Hurricane Irma. He actually went to Magic Kingdom on Saturday to see what the park was like the night before the storm. It looked pretty empty. There was nobody there. Yeah, there was hardly anyone walking around the parks because not that many people want to be over there during the situation. And he stayed at the Contemporary for 2 nights. And the parks and everything was closed from that Sunday to Monday. 2 days because the storm was like overhead of them. They said Category 2 status, but it was a Category 5. It was really bad. Even Michael and Bridget got the storm, like part of it. Oh, they had Hurricane Matthew and Hurricane Dorian as well. Yeah, Michael and Bridget also got bad storms. Yes, I'm talking about Angry Grandpa. And I also saw that Bright Sun Films went to Wilderness Lodge to write out Hurricane Dorian. He actually went to the east coast of Florida just to see how bad it is over there. And everything was like closing up. They actually went to a beach over there. And the waves are like so huge. And it's like dark and stormy out in the Atlantic. That monster tore apart the Bahamas. It was really bad, but only Disney got like rainfall, like the outer bands of it, and that was pretty much it. Everything just opened up again. I mean, Bryson Films and like one of his friends decided to play around with the hurricane a little bit, like draw in the sand, and then the wave like washes it away. That was hilarious. They got out like right on time before it got really bad. The winds like started picking up. I mean, so generally I wouldn't mind being in Disney during a hurricane, but if there was one coming here, then it would have been an emergency exit for me. I would have to get back to New York because we had pets and we're gonna have to evacuate again. So it would have been a mess if one was coming here while I was down there. I gotta tell you about New York's hurricanes. For those who don't live in the Northeast, I'll tell you what it's like here. Besides Hurricane Sandy, which was devastating, the best of the hurricanes we got was like a tropical storm, and that was pretty much it. We got like one of these storms where at some point they were a category 1 down south, but they weakened to a tropical storm by the time it gets up here. But the best of the hurricanes like drift out to sea before they even reach us. Sometimes last minute we get threatened and it pushes out to sea last minute sometimes, but sometimes it pushes out to sea like since day one. So most of the storms we got were like depressions or weak tropical storms or the hurricane's remnants. Yeah, so the ones that hit us mostly were like category 1s like down south, but they're weakened tropical storms. Like for example, like Henri, which like went all the way out east instead of coming here, or Hermine, or Elsa, or Isaias. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't remember this, but it says that we got Hurricane Hannah like as a tropical storm in 2008. Yeah, I was really young that time, so I wouldn't remember that. I was only in grade 2. I was just starting grade 2 that time. The only remnants that were devastating was Hurricane Ida that destroyed Louisiana on Katrina's 16th anniversary. And the remnants were just really dangerous. There was a lot of flooding, winds to 30 miles per hour, heavy rain, thunderstorms, a 2-hour power outage right here. But that was it. But the Northeast was like flooded. It was really bad. Most of the places were underwater. and many people's apartments were flooded. I mean, don't think just because you move to Long Island, you'll be done with hurricanes for good. It doesn't work like that. You could get a hurricane anytime. I mean, especially with blocking highs that will block the storm from curving out to sea. It'll come to you. Even if it pushes out last minute, you still gotta be careful. Don't think you're like the king of safety, because it can happen. Remember what happened with Henri? We were threatened by that, but still. I don't know what that noise, I don't know what that animal is over there. I mean, we almost got hit with Henri, but it drifted out east at last minute. No matter what, stay prepared. And right now the tropics have been really quiet, surprisingly, because there's been a lot of cold fronts going on lately. I've been watching Weatherman Plus and everyone else's videos, and it's really been quiet in the tropics. And I don't know when Tropical Storm Wanda is going to form, or when they're going to use that second list. It feels more like a when, but I don't know when, because it's been really quiet in the tropics. There's only one disturbance that looks weak right now. Yeah, the tropics is something I keep an eye on. But we'll have to see what happens. I mean, so far this October has been really quiet. So, see what happens. So, I wouldn't mind being in Disney during a hurricane in Florida, but it just locks away a lot of fun time. It, like, choose a day off of your vacation. So I guess that's it. Bye.